Hi guys, welcome to Tales-O-pedia. Today's tales from Nagaland. There once lived a maiden named Sopfunuo, was a beautiful girl of Rusoma. Her pure heart made her even more attractive. One day, a man from a neighboring village came to Rusoma and asked Sopfunuo, "Will you marry me?" She agreed, promising to devote her life to him. She reserved unswerving loyalty to her husband. She would dress him up with the most beautiful attires, making him the envy of the other village men. Her devotion and care were a visible testament to her love, and many considered her husband a lucky man. Unfortunately, envy started creeping into the hearts of some women in the village. They couldn't bear seeing Sopfunuo's happy married life and plotted against her. Their whispers started to create rifts in Sopfunuo's blissful marital life. As a result, he divorced his wife. Broken-hearted by this sudden turn of events, Sopfunuo decided to return to her village. On a dark, windy night, she packed a meager bundle of her belongings, took her child in her arms, and began her sorrowful journey home. She held a burning pine torch. The journey was arduous and filled with dangers. Tragedy struck while she was crossing a particularly dangerous patch of the terrain. An evil spirit, lurking in the darkness, struck her down. She was killed instantly, leaving her child orphaned in the dark, cold wilderness. The terrified child, clueless and helpless, clung to his mother's corpse. Days passed, and the child eventually met a cruel fate. He was killed by a rib bone from his mother's decomposing body, against which he had accidentally fallen. Having heard of the incident, their relatives, anxious and worried, started a search party. After a relentless search, they found the stone figures of Sopfunuo and her child. Their hearts sank at the sight. They tried to move the stone figure of Sopfunuo, but were stopped by a sudden storm. They took it as a sign from the heavens that they must not separate the mother from her child. When they tried to move both stones together, the storm abruptly subsided. Sopfunuo and her child were brought back to Rusoma amidst tears and mourning. The village reverberated with sorrow. Both the stones were placed near the entrance of the village as a constant reminder of their tragic fate. As time passed, the story of Sopfunuo's tragedy became a legend in Rusoma. Today, even though Sopfunuo and her child are no more, they continue to live in the hearts and minds of the villagers.